This is the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast Report for Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. And this is the report on where I bring you my upcoming events, what's going to be on the next episode of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, and for breaking music news. And speaking of breaking music news, I have some good news to share with you. Now, for those of you who may not know, my Harry S. Truman High School, that's the school that I went to in the Co op City section of the Bronx, New York, I was a freshman back in the year 1981 of September until I graduated in June 1985. Now, one of the classmates that I may not remember, but she remembered me, and she had graduated from Truman High School back in the class of 1987, and her name is Deshanta Monique. Now, we were supposed to have our Truman class reunion back on August 7th of this past Friday, but sadly, the class reunion was canceled. It was canceled back in early June. Why? Because the prices were getting to be expensive. Everything was getting to be expensive. And I told my classmates that I won't be able to come because I was still laid off from Viacom CBS Paramount for 35 years. And the committee had decided they wanted me to do my podcast at the reunion for August 7th. But unfortunately, it was canceled because everything was going up. So then, for those who had got their reimbursements, so they can check out my podcast of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. And don't forget, folks, my spinoff, the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast Report on Substack. Now, as I said, I have some good news to share with you. I was a guest on a new podcast called GenX Gonna Give It To Ya. That's GON, Gonna Give It To Ya, YA. And the creator and host of the podcast was my Harry S. Truman High School classmate, Miss Deshanta Monique. And when she reached out to me and I checked out her podcast channel, make sure you check out her YouTube channel, youtube.com/Deshanta Monique or Gen X Gonna Give It To You. And I had the privilege to be a guest on her podcast. And I told her about my life growing up, born in the village of Harlem in New York City, and then later moved to the boogie down Bronx, New York. And I've been moved around the Bronx lots of times. I've shared all of my memories, going to the movies, checking out sports, my favorite TV shows, and to talk about my podcast, the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, which is now going into its sixth season. And the podcast will be premiering 2 weeks from today. That's Tuesday, August the 25th. So I was a guest on her show. I got a chance to copy the podcast episode of her podcast and put it on Alignable and on LinkedIn. So I am praying that I'll be having some new listeners and viewers coming for season 6 in 2 weeks. So anyway, folks, I wanted to share that with you. And make sure you check out Deshanta Monique's new podcast called Gen X Gonna Give It To Ya. It's available now wherever you get your podcast. Please go to her YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Deshanta Monique. Or if you got problems, just go to the YouTube homepage. Just go to the search box and type in Gen X Gonna Give It To Ya. And check out all of the episodes, including my episode, which is airing right now. Please check it out. I got a chance to check it out this morning since I got up early this morning, and everything was mwah. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Please check out Deshanta Monique's new podcast called Gen X Gonna Give It to You. And don't forget to check out my podcast, the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Make sure you check out seasons 4 and 5 all this summer. And as I said, season 6 of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast returns in 2 weeks from today, Tuesday, August 25th. And my guest host will be Mr. Melvin Riley, former lead singer and co founder of the 80s group Ready for the World. So later on this evening, I'll be interviewing another returning guest that I had from season 4, and his name is Papa Joe DeMayo, representing Denison, Connecticut. And I'll be recording a new guest tomorrow, and her name is Benitza Borges. We want to put in some episodes in time for Hispanic Heritage Month. And then next Thursday, I'm going to record DJ Jeff Neck. I haven't interviewed him, but I was trying to keep in touch with him to be a guest on my show. So that's the latest update for now. In the meantime, please check out Deshanta Monique's new podcast called Gen X Gonna Give It to You. And yours truly was the guest on her show. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, and please subscribe to my channel. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. This has been the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast Report. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Don't forget to check out my podcast. Look for me on these 5 platforms. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, and the link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget to add the S at the end, -studio. Look for my episode airing on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Make sure you become a member. Please subscribe. Make your donations to Patreon. Go to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast 6. It's only $5.50 a month. You are helping me to continue with my podcast because there's a lot of Black music stories out there that needs to be told and needs to be exposed as I continue to interview a diversity of singers and musicians from genres of Black music. And if you have a hard time getting onto Patreon, make sure you check out my podcast. All of my episodes available right now on my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Please subscribe to my spinoff, the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast Report on Substack. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening. Have a blessed week. Please be safe and continue to have yourself a safe and happy summer. And I will be back with my season premiere in 2 weeks from Tuesday, August 25th. Take care, everybody.